Is it visible my screen?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Bhaiya. Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly reunion on student follow-up session of UHV sessions. So today we'll be discussing the continuation of the things what we discussed in the previous week. We'll continue with the health session. So just to review the things what we discussed in the previous week regarding the program for health. So for staying healthy, we have to uh, think about our intake and daily routine. Intake includes air, water, sunlight, food, and all intakes through our senses like sound, sight, smell, everything. All the intakes through all the sense organs. And also the daily routine. This is the first preference, first priority. Labor and exercise, second priority. Among them, labor has higher priority along with body movements, physical facilities also produced. Third priority is for the postures for regulating internal and external body organs and regulated breathing. Then the fourth thing regarding medicine, when we fall sick, we have to depend on some medicines. Mostly, if we have a small fever, we can go for some homely remedies rather than directly going to doctor. So we need to be aware about the home remedies. And then in the case of some illness, sometimes we may need to depend on continued medication and also the help of some machines or some treatments like dialysis, chemotherapy, and all those things. So this is what we discussed in the previous week, previous 2 weeks. Actually, this is our third week on the same topic, health. So today we continue with the discussions. So program of health in the individual level, if we see it in the individual level, we need to have a feeling of self-regulation. Feeling of self-regulation, it's actually the feeling of responsibility towards the body. Self and body are coexisting. That's our proposal. Human being is a coexistence of self and body. Interaction between self and body is in the form of information. Self is giving instructions to the body and body is acting according to the instruction of the self. If the body, for obeying this instruction, body need to be healthy. So self need to show the responsibility for the body for maintaining it in healthy condition by nurturing the body, protecting the body, and rightly utilizing the body. This is actually the feeling of self-regulation. Nurturing the body, usually we take food. What type of food we need to take? That also is the responsibility of the self. How much quantity of food need to be taken? That also decided by the self. So food is an intake. We need nutritious food. Body needs nutritious food to nurture the body. So that is a feeling of self-regulation. And our daily routine, that also decided by the self. So self need to show this responsibility to have a daily, uh, have a constant daily routine. What time I need to wake up, what time I need to clean my body, what time I need to take my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and how long I need to sleep, how long I need to take the exercise, and all these things. All these are included under daily routine. So, in the last session, we discussed about the circadian rhythm also. Importance of keeping our daily routine according to the rhythm of the nature. Hope you remember this. If there is any comments, any reflections, anyone want to comment on this, you can raise your hand. And also labor, body needs body movement, but there should be sufficient body movements. We need, it can be provided by exercise or labor. Labor is actually, if you are doing labor, we will get enough body movements and also it can produce some physical facility. Like when we are cleaning our house, enough body movements also will be there, but we'll get a clean house. That's a physical facility. And when we are working in the kitchen garden, we'll get the vegetables. Along with body movements also can be ensured daily 2 hours working in the kitchen garden. And also when we are doing cycling, that also is a good exercise. So labor and exercise, and also postures for regulating internal and external body organs, regulated breathing. All these are the program for health. Any discussions or any comments? Actually, we had a long discussion in the previous week. So now we'll see that is that discussion was mostly based on looking the program of health in an individual level. Now we'll see the health in a more holistic way. We know human being is a coexistence of self and body. So health of the human being is health of the self and health of the body. We need to maintain both the health of the self and health of the body. Family has an impact on the health of the individual. A family that keeps, this is like usually we say this, an early to rise and early to bed. If all the family members are doing like this, that schedule is healthier. So definitely family has an impact in our daily routine also. So that way, and also in our interactions with family members, it will help us in maintaining the health of the self. If there are fights, arguments, and conflicts in the among the family members, definitely it will lead to illness. So family has an important role in maintaining the health of the individuals. The same way society and nature. When we discussed our basic human aspiration, we said each of us, we want to live in happiness and prosperity in continuity. And what's the program for having this happiness and prosperity in continuity? To understand harmony and live in harmony in all 4 levels. 4 levels, starting with individual level, family level, societal level, and the level of nature and existence. So here also, if we want to see, to make a program for health holistically, we need to think about all these levels. Individual level, family level, societal level, and nature. Everywhere it has an influence. So holistic self is health of the self, and as well as health of the body together with health of the environment. Health of the environment includes our family, society, and nature. And if you want to reflect upon this or any comments, kindly raise your hand. Any suggestions or any reflections? Any examples if you remember any incidents from your own experience to see like health in a holistic manner, like the influence of the environment, influence of family, nature. Any reflections? So actually, this session, this is only a discussion session. This health part 2 is only mostly on discussions. So if any of you want to respond something related to this, you can raise your hand. So we'll continue this discussion, health of the family, friend circle, how it is influencing our health, like the food habits, daily routine, collective labor, collective exercises, home remedies. Any comments on this? The food habits. Each of us, if we think about our food habits, like our menu every day, morning breakfast, what do you think about this? Has it got any influence from our family, from our childhood? We are following this type of lifestyle, and now maybe in our teenage it has got changed, and accordingly, there are many illnesses we can observe in our lifestyle. Now, also, we can see that many of the diseases are lifestyle diseases. Most of us are having some issues related to diabetics, obesity. All those are related to our lifestyle, our food habits. Any of you want to say any comments? When we see our in our childhood days, mostly children, they will take the food from their own home. So their parents, whatever their parents are giving, that only they will take. And when they grow up, when they go to college, when they go to university, they're staying away from their house, they're completely free. That's what mostly we see in our campuses. Their food habits are changing, sometimes based on some preconditioning, sometimes based on some sensations. So it will give some issues. Any experiences or any comments regarding this? And also in the daily routine, we can see that in our hostels, how it affects the health of our children, our students. Most of them doing are waking up in the night, doing all their duties in the night, and morning when they go to college, we can see the children, most of their faces, when we see their faces, we can see that they want to sleep, they're not getting enough rest. Actually, when we are discussing this content in the student induction program, we need to take the comments from the students, and we need to make them, rather than saying this is your schedule, you have to follow this schedule, we need to make them aware about the importance of all these things: intake, daily routine, and importance of labor and exercise. And also some of the home remedies, most of us may have used it in our during our childhood, but now we also we are also in a very fast life, depending on many other medicines, not aware of the traditional remedies. We may need to go back and think about that. Any comments, any suggestions, any reflections regarding this? Okay. So also in hostels, yeah, when we see the health of the society institution, yeah, we see it as in the hostel timings for healthy lifestyle, sleeping time, waking time, and mess also we can see that there is a definite time in the mess for breakfast and evening, dinner, lunch time, dinner time. Some of the hostels, they, yeah, recently one of my relatives, she was saying that in their hostel, actually, they will get breakfast only between 7 and 8. After 8, they won't get breakfast. And also the lunch time from 12 to 1. Only during this time, 12 to 1. If we see the circadian rhythm, there also we have seen that lunch time is between 12 to 2. After 2, between 12 to 2, there is the heat also, the digestive fire is in the highest position. So it's the best time for our lunch. And evening, hostel timings also, if we see that, it is almost similar to this. And canteen also we can see that mostly in the institutions, they will in the hostels the students some of the hostels the students may be running the messes, so the menu is actually according to their taste. Some of the institutions, the warden is also having some upper hand, and they may be suggesting the menu. But in our institution also, actually, students are running the messes, so they will decide their food. And canteen also, we can see that there are many options for the students, mostly the tasty options rather than going for healthy options. So what about your comments related to this? Examples from your own institutions? And if you want to share anything, kindly respond. Or shall we move to the next session? And also the juice stalls, we can usually see that fresh fruit and vegetable juice. But that also provided, if we see that it will be very cold and excess sugar will be there. That case, they are focusing more on the tasty part, not on the healthy, not on the health of the students. So whatever the students like, that can be that is provided, rather than thinking about the health of the students. So there we need to show the responsibility, what is good for my health. So self need to show the responsibility for maintaining the health of the body in selecting the food, in selecting the time of our lifestyle, in making a proper lifestyle. Self need to show the responsibility. That this responsibility is actually known as self-regulation in maintaining the health of the body. Nurturing the body, protecting the body, and rightly utilizing the body. So with respect to the nature, so environment includes family, society, and the natural environment. Yes. Yes, I can see one hand raise. Yes. Rishiraji. Rishiraji.
Pranam, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
My voice is clear.
Yeah, sir. Clear.
Ma'am, we were discussing about the food habits of the students.
Yes.
This is a very major issue, and from health point of view at least, because I'm observing since last few years that students are very poorly make the attention over their health. And it is majorly because of the food issues, because generally they have to come to the college at 9 and up till 4 p.m. and it is not very possible for them to attend the food at very early hours, because most of the time they live in a residential area, not in the hostels. At least hostel students may have the proper food at the 9 a.m. But for the residential areas students, it is quite impossible. In Prayag city, where I reside, I observed that most of the students lives in the residential areas, and they face very severely this problem. What are the have you any suggestion for these students as well? Because I am observing that the points hostel, mess, canteen, it is possible only in the hostelers, not for the residential areas students.
No.
And most of the students lives in the residential areas. Any guideline for them?
Yeah, yes, sir. What you said is very right. Actually, in some of the institutions, they are providing residential campuses. So, in those cases, they will be able to help the students in maintaining a proper schedule. They can help the students. But when the students, majority are day scholars, only very less number of students staying in the hostels. As you said, it's a very difficult problem. Like students may need to travel a long distance to reach their institution. So the travel time is more. So that case, they may be starting very early from their home. So they won't be able to take the proper breakfast and attending the classes. And then, yeah, that can happen in our institution also. But most of the institutions are providing transportation facility for the students. Then also, we have to provide either in the college or we need to help them in keeping a regular schedule, like especially the breakfast and lunch time, whether the students in our class also we can see that many of the students they are skipping the breakfast. If we ask them, see them, they are very weak, and asking them, they may be saying the same thing. Yeah, the same thing happened with me also. One day I saw one student, she was sleeping in the class. Then I asked her, it was around very early morning, first hour, 9 to 10. Usually in our institution, the class starts at 9 o'clock, 9 till 4. Morning time is 9 to 12. So 1 hour, 3 sessions. Afternoon also the same, 1 to 4, 3 sessions. So the first hour, the student was sleeping in the class. So then I asked her, and she was saying that she didn't get the time to sleep yesterday. She was doing that, this, and she was also traveling. She was also a day scholar. So then I asked about her breakfast. Then also she said she didn't have any breakfast, also traveling every day 2 hours one side. So all these kind of issues are there in our campuses. Either we may provide them, yeah, giving instructions to them, definitely it's something like imposing. But what we can do is, that's what we are doing here actually, to help them in improving their right understanding through proposals. If they are able to see that how badly all these kind of uh, lifestyles will affect their health, then that case they will definitely come forward, and they will choose the right thing for them. That's what I feel. Yes, sir. What about your institution? Uh,
Uh, Basically, uh, according to me, it is a government institution, so most of the time teachers does not pay any type of attention over students. I
okay.
observed most of the time. In fact, I discuss such type of issues very much in the classes, and students most of the time says that you are the only teacher who talks like this or pays the attention over such issues.
Hmm.
No one bothers about it. I think government, just like as it does in the primary sections, it must make such provisions at the level of this. We cannot overlook such severe matter because it is very important issue.
Yes, sir.
This food issue is very important, and most of the time students are severely suffered from such issue. In my suggestion, government must provide such type of facilities as it does in the primary sections, midday meal, yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can suggest. And primary section, yeah, government and non-government institutions can also make the such provisions. Canteens are not sufficient only.
Hmm.
They are not provide very good food. They are basically motivated towards their profit. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, but providing food, I don't think it would be, yeah, how far it would be possible. That also, and especially the government, maybe in some private institutions, yeah, they take a very heavy fees, and they will provide the food, and they will keep a regular schedule also. Accordingly, they will be able to maintain a provide a proper lifestyle to their students, to their strict schedule. They will be taking a heavy fees also. But in government institutions, like I'm also working in a state government university, so here I don't think that it is possible. But what we can do is, we can make the students aware about the importance of all these things. That's what we can do at present. I feel like that. If others are also having any comments related to this, any suggestions related to this in maintaining, helping the students to maintain a healthy lifestyle, they can also comment on this. You are from which institution, sir?
I'm from IERT Prayag.
Ah, okay, sir. Okay. Yes. Yes. Devi ma'am also want to say something. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, am I
Huh.
audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This discussion is taking me to the scene that I am seeing every day in my institution. So I used to do come out of my institution around 4:45 or 5, like that. So that time I can see one lady every day, she's coming in her two-wheeler and she seems to be very happy. Then I asked her, who is this lady coming every day during this time to the institution? Then I got the reply that she's the person who is bringing shawarma to the
Oh,
canteen.
okay.
Okay. And she used to wish me, and she's very happy. Then I asked her, why this shawarma every day? This is the only food students are requesting. So if that is not there, they will be unhappy. Like that she told, and the canteen people told. But it seems to be fresh and hot, and students used to prefer. So every day she is coming and giving, and every evening it will be finished off, I think. So that is the system. But certain students I am seeing being day scholars, they are coming with food, and certain students, even hosteliers, they are not going to hostel even. They are having the habit of sharing food and taking that, like that. But we told in a parent teacher meeting, we represented this also. Then they told that even at home they are preferring this only. So parents are also, they should take food now. So like that it is going, it seems. So that is the pattern of food habit nowadays. But uh, so in what way we can control it or regulate it, that we are not aware, because they are having 10 minutes break only, no? During the morning, usually they won't take food, they will come to the class directly, they will enter. In between, they will be running to the canteen. I can see everything in through CCTV, going and paying and getting and eating, they will be coming back. So like that it is going. So in what way we have to regulate it and all, that we have to think of, because rather than nothing to their stomach, something is going. In that way, now we have to think, I think. And they seems to be happy also, nothing like obesity or nothing I am observing nowadays. All students are having certain exercise and all, somewhat they are looking height and weight proportionate only, not so bad. So one or two is having this kind of some problem like obesity, like that and all. A little bit I discussed with some of the students. They are telling that it is hereditary, all in our home are like that. So taking everything very easily, very in a very simple manner, like that it is going. So even if it is a self-financing or government institution, we have to take care and we have to give proper awareness, I think, starting from their home. And some of the students, when I used to ask, what you bring today? Noodles. So that is also happening. Certain students are having the habit of strictly taking rice. Because without that they can't, they won't be feeling healthy, it seems, or energetic, it seems. So they are strictly they are following that habit. So this varies from person to person, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, what Devi ma'am was sharing, yes. Usually in many of the campuses, this kind of things we can notice, because students are very much fond of all these fast foods. They don't think about the ill effects of taking such things, and they are not bothered about the healthy food and nutritious food and all those things. They just need those things which are tasty and what everyone is eating. That also is a preconditioning. If I am taking a different kind of food, like the normal food from the usual food, kind of rice, chapati, dosha, so my friends, they won't accept me. So it's a kind of preconditioning, and mostly some they may be going behind the sensation also, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all those things, without thinking about the issues. Maybe in their young ages they won't be having any issue, but when they become getting older, yeah, like now we can notice in our health conditions also. Yeah, mostly most of us, yeah, not most of us, we can see many of us are, they're not having any issue in our childhood, but when we are growing up, getting older, many diseases. The reason can be due to our lifestyle, due to this kind of food habits. During our teenagers, we are more healthy, so nothing will happen. So rather than imposing something like Devi Mama saying how to control this, but controlling and those things, usually we do that if you are giving some instructions to the canteen, it won't help because students won't be buying anything like such kind of traditional food or what we think as the healthy food. They won't like that. So the canteen people, they also prefer to keep these kind of fast foods. So what we can do is we can do some awareness workshops and those things to make them aware about the issues related to all these kind of food habits. Yes. Any other sharings from the campuses? Yes. Yeah, now from the nature, health of natural environment. Yeah, from natural farming club in campuses. Yeah, we can, this also we can see in our campus. Many nature camps, many clubs are there. Like in our campus, we have a nature club. So nature club, the activity of the nature club is that to keep the campus green. So they may be planting the trees, they will be doing some cultivation, some kind of gardening and some vegetables. So students are getting involved in these activities. Students joining this nature club will be getting involved in these activities. It will help them in producing some physical facilities and also giving some satisfaction on seeing all these kind of vegetables from their garden. That will be helpful in improving the health of their body and as well as the health of the self also. So we can promote such kind of activities in our campuses also. And clean and fresh air, water, free of viruses. We have seen the issue recently, the COVID, how badly it was affecting the health of the entire society everywhere because of the COVID issue. So let us think about health in a holistic way, not only thinking about the health of the individual, influence of the family, lifestyle of the family, and also the relationship of the family members, society, and our natural environment. So we have the responsibility to keep our nature clean and to keep our health, to keep us healthy. Yes. Any reflections? Any comments? So I think we have some home assignment also. Yeah, let us have some discussion on this also. Write three of your key takeaways from both the discussions on health. Hope you remember the discussion from health part 1. So there we discussed the program for health. So what do you think as the key takeaway from both the sessions? If you consider the health of the individual in keeping you healthy, what do you think as the key takeaways from both these sessions? If you want to respond on this, You can think about this question and we will read all these questions and then we'll have the discussions. In maintaining health, what do you consider as your responsibility towards your family and friends, your hostel and college, your natural environment? We can think about our responsibility. 7.3 is the topic of staying healthy necessary to be included in your education in campus life. What do you think about this? Is it important? Suggest in what form it can be included in education by teachers, management, yes, counseling courses. What is your suggestion? Suggest ways and means it can be implemented by you, other students, wardens in campus life. So what you think about all these questions? We can reflect upon this. Kindly come forward. Key takeaways from the health session and suggestions, our responsibilities towards our family and friends, hostel and college, towards the natural environment. Yes. I think we have 15 more minutes. So we'll move to the next session in the coming week only. So we'll discuss about this. We'll have the discussion on this topic today. So kindly come forward. I can provide you the mic. You can unmute and speak, or you can raise your hand. So what are the key takeaways? Actually, we started our discussion in the program of health. We started our discussion with intake. So that's the first preference, intake, lifestyle, then labor and exercise, then postures for regulating the body movements. Then in case if we fall sick, we need to depend on medicines. So what kind of remedies we can think about maintaining bringing back our body to healthy situation, and then treatment. So this was the program for health. So what are your key takeaways from this discussion? In your own experience, you can say, you can reflect upon this.
Nutritious food
Yes.
and exercise.
Yes, sir. Manilalji? Manilalji?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I would prefer nutritious food.
Nutritious food. So that will come under intake.
Yeah.
Yes. Nutritious food in the sense it need to be tasty and also
Not necessarily tasty,
yeah,
but must be nutritious to maintain my body.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So simple but nutritious.
Okay.
Then exercise.
Okay, exercise or labor. Exercise can give you only the body movements, but labor,
Right.
as we discussed, it will help us in producing some physical facility also. So we have to think about this.
Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And any other comments? Yes, Nirupam Di.
Yeah, Namaste Didi.
Namaste.
Didi, as in today's session, we have discussed that health for ensuring health in a human being, we have to first ensure health of the self and then health of the body, as human being is coexistence of self and body. So, for maintaining health in the body, we are working upon self-regulation, taking the responsibility of my body. And for ensuring health in myself, whether I need to keep an eye over my imagination.
Okay, Didi. Is it a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
My question is just keep how to ensure health in the self.
Okay, Didi. Okay. Yeah, Didi. What you said is right. Since human being, our proposal is each of us, human beings, we are a coexistence of self and body. So holistic health means health of the body as well as the health of the self, along with along with our environment influence we need to think of. So when we think about the individual level, health of the self is the self and body. Self is the priority. So what do you think is the priority, self or body? Self need to show the responsibility towards the body means self need to be healthy. So how to maintain the health of the self? That was your question. Is it, Didi?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, like we discussed now, health of human being also. So we mentioned the priorities: intake, daily routine, then postures. Before postures, we have to think about exercise, daily and labor, and then postures. Then the next step is regarding medicine and those things. So when we think about the health of the self also, we need to think about the intake. What are the activities of the self? As you said, imagination, desire, thought, and expectation. How it happens? Whatever intake we are getting, accordingly, we'll be having the feelings, and based on the feelings, desire, thought, and expectations will be happening. What do you think about this, Diti?
Yeah. Means for desired thoughts and expectation, the intake will be preconditioning sensation and
Yes, sources of imagination. Sources of imagination are preconditioning, sensation, and natural acceptance.
Yeah.
So if you are able to get it in align with our natural acceptance, definitely we will be in harmony. So what is the program? We need to improve our right understanding to make us aware.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see this, Diti?
Yeah. Means if my imagination will be guided through natural acceptance, then harmony in the self will be ensured, and thus health of self may also be ensured in this way only.
Yes, Diti. Yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Thank you, Diti. Nice. Yes. Any more reflections? Anyone want to comment on this? So first, like in our previous discussion, when we are thinking about the health of the individual level, we have to think about the health of the self as well as the health of the body. Self and body, the priority is always for the self. So need of the self and need of the body are important. But when we think about the priority, self has more priority than the body. And when we when we see the influence of the environment in our health, environment includes family, society, and nature. So we can see this question 7.2. In maintaining health, what do you consider as your responsibility towards? So each of us have some responsibility. We need to show our participation in all 4 levels. Are we able to see this participation as our responsibility? So with respect to health, in maintaining health, what do you consider as your responsibility towards your family and friends? Are you able to get this question? What is my responsibility in maintaining the health of my family and friends? In maintaining the health of my friends in the hostel, my colleagues, my institution, what is my responsibility? And with respect to the nature also, nature has an influence in our health. If we think about our family and friends, yeah, first we can think about our family. Like sir was explaining, some of the students are coming from hostel, some of them are day scholars. So for those day scholars, their family has got an influence in their lifestyle. Even though they are coming very early, if their parents are insisting to take food along with them and to have enough food in and to keep a healthy lifestyle, accordingly we can see the changes in their health also. Their family is having an influence. Like, what you think as your responsibility towards your family and friends in maintaining a healthy lifestyle? And if you want to respond on this, reflect on this, what do you think? Any suggestions? If I want to maintain the health of my family and friends, I can see my responsibility, or I can do like this. Any suggestions or anything regarding this? Any of you want to respond? Like in our home, I used to wake up early, very early. So my children, they also, I can tell them to have a lifestyle like you need to wake up early and sleep early. That's what we usually heard from our childhood onwards. So from your home, if you have learned such things, we will give the same instructions to our children also. And also we'll keep a definite time for lunch, breakfast, dinner. Accordingly, they also will get practiced. And if there is a regular schedule in our home for sleeping, for doing some household work together, and doing something, working together in the kitchen garden, we will be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle in our own home, in our home. So this way, I can show the responsibility in maintaining the health of my family. And also you can say that in my home, yeah, we are using only this kind of food. We are not using any sugar. Yeah, that also mostly we can see that many issues related to diabetics. If I'm able to see that some kind of food, it's not good for the health, not only instructing the children, I myself need to show that I'm not using this. Definitely, they also will see that they will also act accordingly. So what do you think about this, all these comments? You can think about these questions to show your responsibility towards your family, hostel, college, and nature also. We can see that many pollution, what are the issues in the nature? Excuse me. We can see the problems in the nature. Yes.
Let me share one
Say.
incident. So we have in our institution, we have a medicinal garden and a fruit garden also. So one day, this environmental day, no, last month. So that time, civil department, head of the department, she arranged a session for the students to go to the environmental garden and fruit garden and spend some time there and to study about the medicinal plants that we already have. We have some discussion on that. So that time they invited me also, so I went. So that time I was uh, seeing the happiness of the students that when they came out of the classroom and when they were spending, there was cool breeze and that medicinal effect is there now in the environment. So they were enjoying. Then head of the department told me that students asked her, Madam, when you will take us again to the garden? Because they want to spend some more time. So that effect they got. So everybody is happy and they are coming up for various activities in the medicinal garden and fruit garden. Like that she came and told me. So this change from the classroom, that atmosphere, that ambience, what is the change while going to the garden where medicinal plants are there? So they were feeling like that and they came up, it seems, to have more work to be there in the environment garden from their part. So she discussed with me and shared with me their happiness one day.
Yeah, nice, ma'am. Very nice. Very true. Usually students, yeah, every time sitting in the class room in a closed environment, always it's better to go out. And especially if you are able to give some possibilities to the students for working in a garden, that will help them. That will be a change for them to get refreshed. Yes, we can think about such opportunities for the students. It will help them in improving their health through body movements also rather than sitting together. Yes, we can think about such options. Very nice. Nice example, ma'am. Yes, and also 7.3 is the topic of staying healthy, necessary to be included. Yeah, we all know the importance of this. So, what do you think about this? Do we need to include it in our campus, in our education? So, how it can be included? Most of us, even though it's a follow-up session for the students, all of us are teachers. So, we can think about some suggestions regarding including this topic in our education. All of us can suggest something. Yeah, how we can include it in our campuses, because to have a healthy life everyone need to be aware about it, rather than giving some instructions and imposing something to the students. Better we need to make them aware about the importance of having a healthy life. Yes, I think we can stop here, and next week we'll start with the next session. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Deepa Didi, and thank you all the postponers for this interactive session. So we certainly have more and more such interaction next week again. So thank you all, and we'll meet again next Wednesday, same time. Namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.